There's prize money involved in some of these tournaments, so we'll get to know more about that. But right now, we're going to start with introductions. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Right, so my name is Davey. I run an organization called Tekken 254. So this game here that these guys are playing is called Tekken. It's a fighting game that's been around for just over 2 decades now. It's been around for a long time.
You guys are familiar with Tekken, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So Tekken 254, I started Tekken 254 last year. To sort of gather the local community and start organizing these tournaments and sort of get people to share information with.
Yeah.
And then in around October, I joined up with another organization called Ace Pro Gaming. So they basically approached me and they said, we'll help you out with the promotion, the organization of the tournaments and everything. And then we had our first tournament in November. So we had 24 players come up for that. This guy here was the winner, and he's actually won every tournament since, so he's actually pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah.
So these are the pros here. I like that there's a lady here, and we'll get to talk to them a little.
Yes.
Yes, lady.
Yes.
And we'll get to talk to her a little bit later on. But I want to talk more about why you felt the need to come up with this idea of turning this into a tournament. When people think about video games, they're just thinking this is something you do to pass the time. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
But now you're taking it seriously. So
yeah, there's this perception in Kenya, like as you said, like gaming is like a waste of time, like gaming causes obesity and all these
kills brain cells.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know if people know this, but outside Kenya, there's big tournaments that guys play for huge prize money. Even in Tekken, there was a tournament series called the Tekken World Tour last year, where the winner got I think $10,000, which is $1 million.
$10,000.
Yeah, which is 1 million shillings.
Wow.
Just for sitting down and playing this game.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a huge thing, and it's not just Tekken 254 that's doing this. My partners at Ace Pro Gaming are also expanding their portfolio, and they want to branch out into other games. But for me personally, it was just the fact that there was no one else really doing it.
Yeah.
So I thought, I felt the need to sort of jump in and sort of fill that gap and try and sort of help grow that culture in Kenya.
So what does it take to get on this level where you're actually playing like professionally, you're actually entering tournaments, you're actually standing a chance to win prize money? How long does it take?
It takes a lot of practice, obviously a lot of time. On the surface, it just looks like these guys are sitting down and just pressing buttons, but there's a lot of thought and strategy and tactics that goes into it. For me personally, I've been playing Tekken for a couple of years, and yeah, it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of studying. You actually have to study the game. There's a lot of information involved, and there's a lot of stuff to think about. So you really need to put your time and effort into it, and eventually you just grow.
What do your parents think about what you do?
They actually don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
It's something that I'm lucky to have parents who are open-minded.
Right.
So they see stuff like this and they think, this is nice and this is something we should see more of, and this is something like more young people should get involved in, not just gaming, but just things like this that they can get involved in and build in Kenya. That's
right.
Stuff, yeah.
Do you see gaming amongst young people in Kenya getting to the point where, how you say, like, I'm going to grow up to be a soccer player, I'm going to grow up to be a star of whatever sport, like, this is what I'm going to do? Do you ever see
we want to get to a point where people look at this and say, this is what I want to do. Because I just want to give you a few statistics. Like last year, the esports market was valued at about $655 million.
Wow.
328 million viewers worldwide. So there's actually a big market out there. It's something that's yet to be really tapped in Kenya.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of organizations that are working on that as well. There's ourselves, there's Ace Pro Gaming, there's others like PSG and Holos Gaming. You can look them up on the internet. But yeah, we want to get this to a stage where guys pay their money to watch these guys play.
Wow.
And get some good gameplay, and guys like look at this and see this is what I want to do for a living, because guys
for
actually
a living.
Yes,
guys, you can do this for a living. Can you imagine?
Because guys make a living off this stuff.
So in terms of accessibility, that might be something that someone watching saying, like, where do I even find a place to play these games? How accessible is this?
At the moment, it's quite tough in Kenya, because like stuff like this these machines and consoles are quite expensive, and it's actually good that there's people coming up with like gaming cafes. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yes,
like,
I have.
Yeah, like in town, people like after school or work or university, they go into town, they pay like 100 bob an hour to sit down, play some games, and then they go home. So I think that's one thing that's really helped a lot. That's helped more people get into gaming.
Yeah.
And eventually, when we start seeing
That's
prices,
like next level cyber
Yeah.
cafe.
Yes,
It's
exactly,
gaming
yeah.
cafes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully, when at some point we start seeing prices of these things come down slowly,
Yeah.
or just people take up more of an interest and be willing to spend their money on these gaming machines
Yeah.
and really get into it. Yeah.
What about those people who say like these games are teaching our children violence, and you know they're not good for the youth and things like that?
Do you guys want to chip in?
Yes,
I've been talking this whole
I
time.
wanted to have a chat with them, but they're so busy, like they're so engrossed.
Yeah.
Can you guys pause the game or something? Can I
Yeah,
talk to you really
I've
quick?
been- yeah.
Just come up. Oh, you have a microphone? Okay, are we good? Can they sit down from where they are? Okay, all right. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us how long you've been gaming and why you got into it.
My name is Silda Gaboni. I've been gaming since I was 3 years old, actually.
Since you were 3 years old.
Yeah, but I never took it seriously until last year. My brother is the one who got me into gaming, and my cousins. Because we used to have this, these are old school games like Super Mario,
Right.
Contra, Tapas, and such. So I decided to start participating competitively after a while. I started with the Mortal Kombat X tournament, which was held at the EAGC last year. I came in 4th, which was a good effort on my part. I was happy as far as I was concerned, because I was just entering for the heck of it.
Yeah.
For Tekken, I started with Tekken 4. It was a demo disc at the time for the PlayStation 2. Then Tekken 5. I never took it seriously. I was just pressing buttons because my brother is the one who loves the game to death and back. Then last year I saw the Tekken 5-4 tournament, which was held at Trick Gaming Cafe. I saw it too late, so I couldn't participate at the time. So I decided to hook myself up with a Tekken 6 game for the PS3. I started practicing combos, but I didn't know that there was so much more to the game.
Right.
So I joined earlier this year in January. I found a community of very, very passionate guys. And they...
When you say passionate guys, were there girls there as well? Because
I'm actually...
typically people think gaming is for dudes, but
I'm actually the only girl there.
you're the only girl there. But
Yeah.
you're representing, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's more of an issue of choice and interest. So
Yeah.
I love video games, so I figured why the heck not.
Well, let's go ahead and same question to you. Tell us your name, how long you've been gaming, and why you got into it.
My name is Michael. You can call me Mikey SS on PS4. I've been gaming since I could hold a pencil. Really, I've been gaming since as far as I can remember. Yeah, what was the rest of the question again?
Why did you decide to get into it, like competitively?
Oh, competitively. Okay, so yeah, when I was playing online, I just ran into a bunch of guys, a bunch of these guys actually online for the first time, and I was like, wow, these guys have a great connection. Usually I'm used to playing people overseas and you have
like
the
through
best
internet,
connection. So I came into a lobby, I found these guys, I was like, whoa, okay, this is a really good room. And you know how like if you go abroad and then you see like another black person, even though you don't know that person, you'll just like be like,
What up,
"What's
bro?"
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
So it was like that, and since then we were like, hey, let's start something.
Yeah, I hear you've won like all the tournaments. Have you won money? Like, what are you winning in these tournaments?
All sorts of things. I don't know how much I'm supposed to say, but yeah, there's cash prizes.
There's cash prize. Listen, we have to.
prizes.
This is incentive for all these people here.
Oh yeah,
people
there's
watching who
definitely
are trying
cash
to
prizes.
getting
There's
into-
good incentive.
Yeah.
Actually, most of the things I'm wearing are bought by those
Wow.
prize money. Yeah.
Quick last question for each of you. Best part of competitive gaming?
The community. The community is amazing. It's like a second family.
Yeah.
But shout out to my first family though. Hi mom.
How about you?
I guess it's the passion and the love for video games that makes me enjoy competitive gaming. Because as you said, we find a community of people you can actually talk about video games, and they won't look like blank, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. We're going to just wind this up quickly. Obviously, this has been a great experience. Thank you so much for bringing all this equipment and showing us,
Yeah,
you know, real life.
I just wanted to give a quick shout out to both of these guys assigned to esports teams, by the way.
Okay.
This guy is wearing his team's merchandise right now. They're called Alpha Play. So just wanted to give them a shout out because it's something else is coming up in Kenya. Guys making teams
Yeah.
and signing people like.
So
the
where
way
can
you
people
sign
get
up-
more information about these teams
yeah.
and these tournaments and all that?
Before I say that, also Exit Wounds, if you're watching, American esports team that signed her first Kenyan gamer to get signed by an esports team.
Congratulations.
So
That's
yeah,
massive.
yeah. So you can find us on our website is tekken254.co.ke. That's TEKKEN254.co.ke. We're on Facebook, Tekken254. Instagram at It's Tekken254 and Twitter at It's Tekken254. That's ITSTEKKEN254.
Well, it seems like there's a lot of opportunities here, a lot
Yeah.
of possibilities here. And what I love about what you guys are doing is that this is a young people driven initiative. Like you guys
Yeah.
are creating a whole industry for yourselves. And hopefully people watching will want to join in, will want to sponsor, will want to contribute
Yeah.
somehow and, join in on the fun. So thank you
Yeah.
all for being here and showing us a little bit about this. I'm sure you interested somebody watching at home who's
Yeah.
going to get into gaming and didn't know that there was even a competitive gaming space.
Yeah, exactly.
So thank you all.
Yeah,
I don't know
thank
if
you
you
for
want to
having us,
continue
yeah.
with your game. I feel like they're looking at me like, can we get back to it?
Also, thank you to our sponsors, Dell, for providing us with this machine. You can find information on that online. So, yeah, Dell EMC Kenya, they're the ones who gave us this stuff to use today. So, yeah, shout out to them as well. And thank you for having us here today. Thank
All
you.
right. 10 over 10, make some noise for these amazing young people doing some amazing things in the world of competitive gaming. That was a really, really cool setup that we had there. So we're going to be inviting MC Filippo back to the stage in just a short while so we can keep that